What's up guys, my name's Christina. If you're planning on towing with your Honda Accord, it is required by law to have trailer wiring on your vehicle. Let's go ahead and show you how to install that. You will need the tool seen here to complete this installation. We're going to be working inside the cargo area of the trunk, so we're going to go ahead and open it. We'll need to remove the tail lights to get to our harnesses. First we're going to remove the black paneling. With the Phillips, we'll go ahead and remove the two screws holding the tail light in. Next we can go ahead and remove the tail light. It's going to just come straight out. We'll go ahead and unplug the tail light and remove the little clip so we can put it to the side. We'll go ahead and repeat on the passenger side. So we'll need to get access to the rubber grommet back here to be able to route our wirings. We're just going to go ahead and pull back the liner. We'll go ahead and remove this rubber grommet and then pass our wires through it. We'll go ahead and plug in our T connector. And then we'll also need to make a small access point on the rubber grommet. That way our wires can pass through. I'm going to use some tin snips. Next we can go ahead and plug in our harness to our taillight and reinstall the taillight. We can reinstall our screws and our plastic cover. Next we'll need to gain access to our passenger side. I'm going to be removing the scruff panel. I'm going to use some zip ties to secure a green wire to this harness running along the backside. We're going to pull back our panel on the passenger side. We'll remove the rubber grommet and feed our wire through. We'll go ahead and make the slit in the rubber grommet. We'll go ahead and plug in our T connector and then reinstall our tail light. We can reinstall our screws and our plastic cover. We'll need to ground our power converter. I'm going to be using this existing ground using a 10mm socket. Next we'll need to connect our power wire to the wire on the power converter. I'm going to be using a U-Haul exclusive power wire. If you don't have one, be sure to pick one up at your local U-Haul. Next, in order to connect our power wires together, we're going to be using a heat shrink butt connector using a butane torch to seal it. On the single exhaust vehicles, there is a panel that's covering where our wire would be coming out from. We're going to remove two fasteners to get better access to it. We'll need to route our power wire outside of the vehicle. I'm going to be using the vent over here on the driver's side. On the inside of the vehicle, we're going to go ahead and clean up our wires and then reinstall our liners. We'll repeat on the passenger side. And go ahead and reinstall our scruff panel. We'll need to route our power wire up to the front to the battery. We're going to be avoiding anything hot or moving. It's typically best to follow the brake lines. I'm going to route our wire underneath these panels. You might have to remove a few of the push clips to get access. I'm going to remove these two nuts using a 10mm socket. On the forwardmost panel, I'm going to remove all of the fasteners, holding it in place. That way we can run the wire. In order to get to our fish wire, we are going to have to remove two screws on these panels right here. I'm going to be using a Phillips bit on a drill. Be sure to reinstall any fasteners that you've removed underneath the vehicle. While we're back here, we'll also reinstall our panel. From the inside of the engine, what we did is we had to stick a pole through the engine to feed our wire up through the front. We're going to go ahead and secure it up here to get it over to the battery. We'll need to connect our power wire to our battery. We're going to be using a 10mm socket to remove the screw and then install it. Next, we'll connect our fuse holder. Lastly, we can go ahead and plug in our fuse into our fuse holder, secure it with the cap. I'm going to zip tie our fuse holder to this wire bundle. So our customer decided to keep the wiring on the inside of the vehicle. What you'll do when you do need to use it is just simply pull it out and then you can close your trunk. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you next time. If you have any questions about the products seen in this video, or if you'd like to schedule an installation with your local U-Haul Hitch professional, please visit us online at uhaulhitches.com. You can also download the U-Haul app using the link in the description for even more ways to manage your hitch and towing needs.